I'm Jeff.
I'm Sandy.
And so we did a First Slam Intensive 3 years ago? And I did not actually, there was an earlier version of LAM several years before that. I was like, there's no way I'm doing that. And then 3 years ago, we were like, I was ready to do it at that point. It was transformative, very helpful to us. We were not in a terrible place, but we weren't in a great place either, and it was extremely helpful. We got tools and received a lot of breakthrough in that. And so when this came back around, we were like, yeah, we're going to do it. It's without really knowing exactly how it was going to be different. We had already sort of integrated this into our lives since then, because we've been a part of a small LAM group for a pretty long time. They're one of our groups, and precious. That alone is worth the price of admission. And so we actually did deeper intimacy this weekend with them, and that was a treasure. But since the first intensive we did LAM again, LAM 2, and so really benefited from doing that over the long haul instead of just in the shorter term. So when our group, we were doing an activity today when our group was praying for us, and in the prayer time, somebody said, I just see the Lord walking through the garden with you, this garden, and pulling up things that don't belong there, and replanting things that are beautiful and springing up, and as the old things are moving out of the way, these new things are growing and creating something completely different, transforming the garden. And it's a perfect picture, a perfect metaphor without talking about all the things that happened. It's like, look, listen, you're looking at this video, maybe on their website or on social media or something, and you're desperate for breakthrough in places that there's no way you can imagine receiving it. This is your chance. Take it. And listen, if you won't do it because you want better communication, or you want things to change in the lives of your children, or you want your spouse to behave, maybe you would just do it for better sex. That's it.
So when I learned this was deeper intimacy, I was really excited about coming, because God has been speaking to me about going deeper in intimacy with Him. Mm-hmm. So I knew, okay, it's marriage, but I want to go deeper with God. So I was very excited to come. On Wednesday night when we came, dread, misery hit me, and Wednesday evening was really painful for me. Mm-hmm. And I thought, what in the world? How am I going to make it through? That night when we went home, I had a dream that I thought was a really ugly dream, because the face of a person turned into this red demon that it was horrible just looking at his face. And he was throwing a temper tantrum and crying because Jeff and I had confronted him about something. We thought it was a person. It turned into an enemy. Mm-hmm. And he threw a temper tantrum because we confronted him. So I came back on Thursday. I didn't know how I was going to make it through. But as God always does, He showed me what the block to my intimacy with Him and also intimacy with Jeff was, that I had no idea. And it came through showing me about a soul tie, and then also showing me that, just like Brendan shared on the video, I am passive, I'm a people pleaser, and I'm codependent. And I was taught very strongly, be nice. You don't confront anybody. You just have to be a good girl and be nice. And that lie has tripped me up so much. Mm-hmm. And what hit me was when Barry shared that when you don't say the truth, you dumb down what you're really feeling and act nice, you come under a spirit. And that hit me. That's why I got into this soul tie. So I got clarity, and also in talking to Barry, got clarity that the dream was a good dream because Jeff and I together confronted. There's always a person, but it's a spirit behind it. They lost me and the other person, and it was the enemy throwing a temper tantrum and crying because he lost. So it's actually a good dream, and also gave us clarity of what we now need to walk out and do practically. So I'm very, very thankful.
Yeah. Good.